Hey, beautiful people of TikTok. I hope y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday and that everything is going as planned. I was missed y'all the last couple of days. Just wasn't feeling it. So I didn't come on here live because I only want to bring y'all quality content. And I want to do it when I'm feeling my best, right? Which made me think about when I'm not feeling my best, what do I do? Now, some of the seasoned people may know what evergreen content is, but I'm going to tell you what evergreen content does for me. And if you see me look down, I have notes because if you've ever been on my live, sometimes I can get a little off track. So if I have notes, I can get back on, what we're talking about, right? So again, hope y'all had a wonderful day. Just in case this is your first time in, my name is Christy. Hi, Nikki. How are you? I hope your day is going well. My name is Christy. I'm a stage 4 breast cancer survivor, a published author, a digital product creator, and now a TikTok live host. And I'm having fun with that. So I mainly share how I'm staying in my entrepreneurship season while recovering from the after effects of chemo and my diagnosis because I'm no more cancer. But the treatments can leave you wondering what was the illness, because all you got left now is all these after effects. So this is one thing I do. I create evergreen content. What is evergreen content? Evergreen content is that content that it stays relevant over time. It educates, it encourages. Hi, SNS Marketing, how are you? It encourages, it answers those common questions. It's content that works for me while I need to rest. I post things such as self-care tips, how to advocate for yourself with doctors, how to pace yourself and your energy, and then business tips such as this while working during those days that I might not feel like working. Like today's a great day. I've done a lot today. Now, tomorrow may not be a good day. I don't know. Hi, Rodriguez. How are you? So I have to work smart and not hard. So I create evergreen content because the way these algorithms work, you can create a piece of content that may not ever get seen by someone, but like say more than once. And then 3 weeks later, they'll see it again. So you never know who's going to see. Oh, thank you for the hat and the daily heart means and the tap, tap, taps. Thank you. So you never know who's going to see your content when. So what I've done for myself is I've created content that covers January 1st through March. Oh, she's reached level 19. Yes. Oh, please. There we go. I have my volume turned down for some insane reason. We celebrate over here. All wins. Big, small, in the middle. So I have enough content created from January 1st to the end of March that the next quarter, if I don't want to create any new content, I can jumble it up and push it back out. Because what are the odds that anybody's seen what I posted in January? Nobody. Right? So that's my evergreen content. Those are the posts that I create and I schedule. They go up no matter what. And it frees up your time when you create that kind of content to go live, to then talk to your customers, your target audience, run errands, learn something new, create content. If you're writing a book, now you can write your book and edit because you're not sitting up thinking, oh, I got to create all this content. I got to create all this content. No, all you have to do is create relevant content for that day, maybe. Something spontaneous, what you have for lunch. But your niche content is created and scheduled and it's ready to go. And heaven forbid you have a day that your flares have been flared up. All your triggers have gone off while you're dealing with that chronic illness. And dealing with that chronic illness, your business is still running. Your people are still seeing your content. They're still seeing you show up. So evergreen content doesn't require your presence every day. It just honors you. It shows up for you when you can. That's the power of creating AI dolls. The realistic ones, the ones that really look and sound like you. Those are the ones that can do some work for you while you rest. And creating this type of content, hey, that works good for moms, working adults. Say you're still working your 9 to 5 while you're seeking your entrepreneurship. Well, if you're at the job, right, this is where you can set aside maybe 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours, one day a week, maybe Sunday afternoon or that night that you can't sleep. You can sit up, create your content, schedule it. It's evergreen. It's going to live forever. Some notes about that I looked up. What are some good things about evergreen content? It respects your energy. You don't have to create daily, like I said. You can batch it all up on a good day. And your business doesn't shut down just because your body needs some rest, just because you're on your job from 9 to 5. It reduces mental load. You have fewer decisions you got to make. Hi, Robin T. Bagwell Patterson. How are you today? Come on in, stay a while. We're talking about evergreen content. Okay? It puts less pressure to show up. Because I don't know about you, but when I did decide to start a business again, I was like, how am I going to do this while going through chemo, while coming off of chemo, not feeling well? How's that going to work? So I started creating content that I can rotate in and out, that I can schedule this month, schedule next month. It's still good. It creates consistency without burnout. Your audience still sees you every day. Your message stays alive. And the impact that you're making is still there while you're offline resting, while you're at the kids' football game, while you're the caretaker of someone. See, so it works for a lot of different avenues. My avenue just happens to be dealing with the chronic illness. And repetition educates. Like I was saying, the algorithm, someone may not see your content today, but 3 weeks from now, they'll see it. Whether you posted it twice or 3 times. Reposting keeps it alive. And familiar messages shows your authority in whatever field you're trying to show your authority in. Because people learn at different times. I believe the statistics are someone has to see the same message. I believe it's a minimum of 4 times before it goes, oh yeah, that's right. I'm just not getting views on a post I made. See, in 2024, go figure. And I think one of the lessons on TikTok, it tells you sometimes a post that you made that you didn't get that many views on, put it on private overnight and then push it back to public, and it creates you a whole new audience because it's evergreen content. It lets your business breathe while you need to, because life be life and sometimes, and you need to step away. But if you've created really good content, it's evergreen, it's ever answering a question, you're good to go. And then you have time. That means if you're creating evergreen content, you're answering the questions and the solutions that your business is set up for. Again, it gives you time. Then you can create the funny stuff. Like my sister and I, we did the viral cheesecake taste test. And then we also did, we reviewed a mask. I think it was Metacube. We did a review on that. We also did a review on a lipstick. So it frees up your time to do some other stuff. Mixing the fun with the serious. You have to think of evergreen content as a system. When you're dealing with a chronic illness and you don't know what your down days are going to look like, if you have them, because the prayer is never to have them, but they happen. Or you get the flu. Or your kids get the flu. And you got to now be a caretaker. This is where this system really works for you. You create it once, you use it everywhere, and then you reuse it again. Work smart, not hard. Create evergreen content that always speaks on your business and your purpose, and then use it over and over and over until you get tired of it. Not people, you. Then that way, you're always relevant. Evergreen content should live on your Instagram posts and reels, email sequences, blog posts, Pinterest. If you're on Pinterest, you have your freebies, your sales pages, those things that are always there. Links in your bios as resources. Your clips that you get from your TikTok lives. I just recently, as a suggestion from a business coach, I reopened my YouTube page. So now my lives live over there, because on Facebook, your lives only live 30 days. Okay? And on here on TikTok, your lives don't live anywhere unless you download them and then upload them, right? Or you get a clips. So now I have my whole catalog of stuff over on YouTube, and YouTube is a search engine. That's why you have to make sure your SEOs are set up, your hashtags are just right, so that you're always relevant and always easy to find. That's why you create good evergreen content. Another example of multiple uses on one topic. You create a reel, you create a carousel, a blog post, an email, a lead magnet, and talking points on a live. That's just on one subject. So you've hit 6 audiences in 6 ways off of one piece of content. So this live here that we're talking about, I'm going to put that on YouTube. TikTok will take the clips and clip, or the live, and clip it up. I'll take those clips and share it somewhere else. So it's evergreen. I don't have to recreate that. I don't have to talk about this subject again unless I want to. I can just keep reusing what I already created. Your content should work harder than you do, right? It should work harder than you do. You shouldn't be getting up every day talking about, oh God, I got to create this content. I got to worry about touching this, that, and the other. Sit down, designate 2 to 3 hours. I use the same template for each subject. I just change the words up. So when you see that template with me sitting down like I'm making a meal plan, you know I'm going to be talking about something about nutrition. When you see me in my spa robe, you know I'm talking about something about mental health. So I only have to change the words. And now that I have over 90 days worth of content, like I said, I'm just going to pretend they're a deck of cards, shuffle it up at the end of March, and use it again. Because it takes time for the algorithm to share out your content. The only reason I should be making new content is with these lives. Now, my sister, she does hair. She can reuse her videos of doing hair as her evergreen content. However, every now and then, she would come up with some new content when she changes a new style, new hair color, something like that. But doing this has created freedom for me, because I know those posts are going to post. I don't have to sit up with my phone in my hand posting new things. I don't have to sit in front of Canva creating new things. It's already ready to go. And it creates freedom so that I can rest, so that I can have longer days of doing something else if I need to. Because I still have to do physical therapy. So I have to have time for that. It keeps your income opportunities open, because when brands are looking, they're like, okay, this person is showing up every day. You may not have 15, 16 million viewers or followers, whichever platform it is. But they see you're consistent. You show up every day. You're answering and solving a question every day. They're more likely to work with you than someone else who only shows up once, twice a week, once every other month. You know, it keeps your community engaged. The people who are following you, they can trust you, come up with some tips that might help them. And most of all, it also removes the guilt that you may have for needing to rest or needing to take care of something that's happening in life. Because rest is productive. If you don't rest, how can you create? And it helps you to heal, because while you're healing, you're not delaying your opportunities. It makes you sustainable so that you have success. So how do you start creating evergreen content? So, like I said, I take a couple of hours out of each week. I probably take more hours because, one, I'm retired. So I have a little more time than most. And I share from experience, not perfection. I will create something, put it out there, decide if I like it. If I don't like it, or it's not being received well, then I pivot. I don't take it down. I just pivot and do something else. You know, I batch content on a good day, because it's about point and clicking. Point, click, point, click. I have about, like I said, you should have a set of core posts. I have now 90 core posts that I can just reuse over and over and only update when needed. because you want to speak directly to your audience all the time. They shouldn't be confused about what you're doing. Okay? So evergreen content helps support my health. It'll help support working people who have to work while they're building your business. A business is built around my health will last longer than when it's built around pressure. And that's with anybody. Your business will last longer when it's built around a system. You need a system. You need a schedule. You can't just fly all willy-nilly all over the place. You can, but and in the end, you're still going to have to come up with a system, because you're going to be hitting, missing, up and down. You want your business to be sustainable across the board. So if it does, you do have a down season, it's not because you didn't show up. It's not because you didn't have systems. It's just because life happened. Those things that we have no control over. So while we have control, we should put those systems in place. So sit down, look at your business mission and purpose, sit in front of Canva, create you 5 to 6 templates that you want to talk about, because I think you should post something that's encouraging, something that's educational, and something that's entertaining. If you're going to post 3 times a day, create those templates and then come up with 90 good sayings. If you can't think of them off the top of your head, that's what AI is for. You got Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and it's a whole host of others. Because I think Perplexity is the one that houses multiple AI sites, if I'm not mistaken. I primarily stick to ChatGPT and Gemini. Those are the 2 I like. And I'll just ask them for on a subject to give me what I need. And again, I create those posts, and it's evergreen. I make sure that it's good information. I don't just take what it says, but I make sure it makes sense, and it's going to help. If it helps me, I figure it'll help somebody else, right? Just start with 1 evergreen post a week. You don't have to try to do a whole quarter. I just happened to have been on a roll when I came up with my right prompts and questions, and I got good answers, right? So pick 1 message you know your audience needs and commit to building a business that honors your life, that honors where you're at, right? So with all that said, you don't just have to choose between healing and building a business. You can do both. You just have to do it wisely. You have to get those systems in place, and creating evergreen content is one of those systems. I promise, if all you do is create 30 pieces of good content, shuffle it up, and use it for the next 6 months, that's going to take a whole load off your mind. So you know that that's covered. You can do something else. When you have to go to the baseball games, the doctor appointments, or you've had your treatment for the day and all you want to do is lay down, well, guess what? You already did the work. It's already created. That's right. Just work on doing that. Doing that one thing for your business. Making it visible every day, whether you feel like logging on or not. I primarily get on the socials, 1, to see what somebody else has posted, or to post the stories. Because the basic content is always there. It's posted through the end of February. I don't have to worry about that. We could have another snowstorm. As long as the internet is working, my content is pushed out. But we had an ice storm. We didn't get snow. We just got ice here in Dallas. And apparently, we must have had another cold front come through because I was sitting here uh, thinking about what to talk to you guys about, and it got absolutely cold in here. So we must have had another cold front move through. I refuse to look because I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I've had enough ice the last week to last me for a while. Okay. But that's all I wanted to talk about was evergreen content, creating it, why you need it, why it's good for, I know, right? Why it's good for you, whether you're dealing with a chronic illness or just normal life, why it makes sense. So I hope I said something that made sense to somebody and that was helpful because that's all I ever want to be is helpful. Because if I don't have anything helpful to talk about or to say or to share, then I'm probably not going to go live. I love a good conversation, but it's got to be going somewhere, you know? So I'm going to jump off of here, find me a nice blankie because it has gotten cold, eat my lunch and dinner combination, whatever you call that, dinner. Is it dinner, dinner? Something. I'm going to eat that and make me a nice hot cup of tea. But y'all go and have a great Friday evening. Stay warm. Stay toasty. And I'll be back tomorrow. And we'll talk about something. All right? All right. Y'all be good. Much love, much peace. Later, Gators. Bye. Mm-mm. I guess it wants me to talk to y'all longer because it will not let me in this live. Oh, there you go. It's thinking.